Hello everyone, today's lesson is Lesson 1, Telling and Showing Time to the Hour and Solving Elapsed Time Problems. So, students arrive at school at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to show 8 o'clock on my little demonstration clock here. Okay, so the hour hand is going to point to the 8. And that's what tells us that it's 8 o'clock. And then since it's exactly 8 o'clock, the minute hand is going to point up to the 12. Okay? Because that's the start of the hour. The minute hand is always longer than the hour hand. Okay? Now, if I wanted to write this as digital time, then I would write it like this. 8 o'clock. You always have what's called a colon, which separates the hour and the minutes. Okay. 1 hour later, we were getting ready for math, let's say. So it's now 9 o'clock. So if it's 1 hour later, that means the clock's going to move up. So now it's going to be 9 o'clock. So my hour hand will point at the 9, and again my minute hand will point at the 12. So it is now 9 o'clock. And I would write that like this. Right. What about 4 o'clock? So 4 o'clock is the time that I, as a teacher, leave school. Okay. So let's show that on our clock. Okay. Since it's 4 o'clock, the hour hand points to the 4, and the minute hand points to the 12. Okay. And I would write the digital time as 4 o'clock. An hour later, I eat dinner. So what's 1 hour later than 4 o'clock? Well, that's going to be 5 o'clock, because if we go 4, 1 hour after that is 5. So 5 o'clock is when I eat dinner, and I would write that like this. Okay. All right, so here on my clock, I've got a time. What time is it? Time is it showing? Well, we know it's showing 3 o'clock because my hour hand is pointing to the 3. So this time is 3 o'clock. Now on the next one, I want to see what time it is an hour before this. Okay, maybe an hour before I'm reading a story. So 1 hour before, I would go from 3 o'clock and go 1 hour before it. So that's going to be 2 o'clock. Okay, and I write that like this. So when we do an hour before, we kind of go backwards in time. And if we do an hour later, then we go forwards in time. Okay? All right, so what time is this? This is 11 o'clock. Let's say the principal visited our class 1 hour ago. What time is it 1 hour ago? Well, since I'm going backwards in time, I know that 10 o'clock comes before 11 o'clock. Okay? So, just remember for this lesson that if we have an hour before, we go back in time. And if we have later, we would go forward in time. So 11 o'clock, 1 hour later would be 12 o'clock. Okay, and that's it for this lesson. Good luck on your homework.